Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new video for you today. New weapon balancing updates from Warzone today on August 16th. The Modern Warfare MP5 did get a considerable nerf. But there's another gun in these patch notes that I think is going to take its place. If you like the video, make sure you like the video. Also hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think and have a great day. All right, season 5 weapon update and just other general patch notes. Let's find out what they were. Okay, August 16th, that's today. Fixed an issue allowing multiple squads to enter the same red door. Okay. Fixed an issue where battle pass tiers were not unlocked correctly. Of course, I got to fix the paid stuff because that's what Activision does. Fixed an issue where the PPSH with the KGB and GRU suppressor attachments were showing white boxes. Yes, of course, we saw that. Okay, weapons. Here's what we don't know what we need to know. Here we go, a little update. We are generally pleased with the state of balance and we do not think anything needs to be immediately addressed. However, we do feel there are some outliers in the assault rifle category that have been top tier long enough. So they're talking about the Farah, the Krig, and I guess maybe like the C58 will probably get a nerf as well. And that it is now appropriate to reduce their power level to give other weapons some time in the spotlight. Those changes will be coming soon. So that is not today. Okay, assault rifle, AS VAL, maximum damage decrease from 30 to 27. Okay, so the AS VAL is going to be a little bit weaker. Actually, I mean quite a bit weaker. So it's not going to have that insane time to kill. I knew that was going to come at some point. And it still only has that 30 round mag. Let's see what they said. The AS VAL Modern Warfare, following our balance overhaul, retained one of the fastest easily achieved time to kills in the game. Yes, it did. While its magazine capacity does hold it back, its TTK potential has remained well outside the range we have been targeting. Yeah, okay, so it sounds like, just from that, while its magazine holds it back, they might be changing up the identity of the AS VAL. Make it a little bit weaker, give it some more ammo. That would be interesting. I'd be excited to try that out. Submachine gun, the Fennec. Bullet velocity increased by 13.4%. So just a little change to that. It did have a very slow bullet velocity, but the fast fire rate, it kills relatively fast, but that fast fire rate and low mag kind of hold it back. The Fennec Modern Warfare has struggled to gain footing due to some glaring weaknesses. This change will make the Fennec viable at slightly further distances. Okay. Yeah, some of the other glaring weaknesses is that, I guess the one other glaring weakness is that its mag is not big enough for the fire rate. Submachine Gun Charlie, the Modern Warfare MP5. Oh my god. Maximum damage decrease from 34 to 31. I'm not excited about this. Maximum damage range decreased by 5.4%. So I guess the maximum damage range, that doesn't even matter at this point. Upper torso damage multiplier increased from 1 to 1.1. So I guess that'll make it so the second damage drop off will be a little bit, it's a little bit of a buff for that second damage drop off. So I don't think that's going to change too much, but it'll make it a little more forgiving at the medium range, because close range, the Modern Warfare MP5 was unmatched. It was so good. That hip fire, the high damage within like 10 meters, all those building fights. So it looks like they got rid of that. Not got rid of it, but probably put it in line with the Cold War MP5. So it'll still be okay. And they made it a little bit better in that medium range. This change is intended to place some of the power of the Submachine Gun Charlie, Modern Warfare MP5, behind a mechanical requirement, making it a little less forgiving. Yeah. So we'll have to see how those numbers really stack up, but that's a big bummer for me. I love the Modern Warfare MP5. The OTS-9. ADS weapon sway decrease. So I thought they were going to nerf the damage because the OTS-9s had a faster time to kill than the Modern Warfare MP5 at close range. So that gun the OTS-9 is probably going to take over that close range Modern Warfare MP5 spot, maybe. because it looks like they gave it a little buff. They just decreased the weapon sway. Interesting. When making large sweeping motions while aiming down sights with the OTS-9, players could find most of their front iron sights obstructed by the rear iron sights, which is true. This type of sightline obstruction can be frustrating when attempting to effectively track enemies. So the OTS-9 got a buff, so I will be for sure running that instead of the Modern Warfare MP5. I might have to test the Modern Warfare MP5 just to see how different it is, but maximum damage decrease from 34 to 31 is kind of tough. And also the damage range. All right. Handguns, AMP 63. So they nerfed this too. Maximum damage decrease from 33 to 31. Mid damage now is 28. I don't know what it was before. Minimum damage decrease from 28 to 23. So the AMP 63, I don't know. M19, so we all knew the M19 akimbo were broken. They had probably the fastest close range time to kill in Warzone. We knew this was coming. So it only applies to when using akimbo, but no one's using an M19 by itself. So maximum damage decrease from 33 to 29, mid damage decrease from 28 to 25, minimum damage decrease from 23 to 20. So that's a pretty hefty nerf for the M19 akimbos. So I don't know how many people were using that. You could get an insanely fast time to kill with those akimbos, but definitely got a pretty considerable nerf. And the Sykov, okay. This change only applies to when using the Sykov, the auto barrel. So that's the attachment that made it good. Maximum damage range decrease from 27 to 24. Yikes. Mid damage decrease from 23 to 20. Yikes. Minimum damage decrease from 19 to 17. So the Sykov is looks to be not a great SMG replacement, because some people, even before the original nerf to the Sykov, they were just grabbing the Sykov off first box, getting Ghost or Restock or whatever, and it was a good option to use as an SMG. It competed with a lot of the other guns, so that's a pretty big nerf. So the Sykov, maybe use something else. Handguns were fortunate enough to evade the initial balance overhaul. These changes aim to place some of the most powerful secondary weapons at a power level that is more in line with other weapons of their class. So it looks like they're making all the handguns not good. So big thing, the AS VAL is not as strong as it was. You could probably still use it in solos and duos, but that 30-round mag really holds it back. And now I don't even know if it's worth it considering the damage decrease. The Fennec might be an okay gun to use in those, in maybe solos and duos. You could probably get away with it in trios, maybe. I would say not. But they did increase that bullet velocity. The Modern Warfare MP5 got a considerable damage decrease, but they also increased that medium range, so it's a little bit easier to get. I don't even know if it's easier to get that middle range time to kill up there, but I don't know. I think the Modern Warfare MP5 has had its days, and I'm real bummed about that. The OTS-9s though did get a buff, and it didn't need a buff. So really quick, I'm going to cut and show you where the OTS-9 stood up against the Modern Warfare MP5 before this nerf. So this is the OTS-9 against the pre-nerfed Modern Warfare MP5. Full plates, chest shots. And this is just, I'll take off bullet velocity so we can see it a little bit better. So the Modern Warfare MP5 was right here. So this is where it was so good. Those close range inside gunfights. You add the attachment, the monolithic integral and whatnot, and it would come out to maybe here. So those 10-meter gunfights, the MP5 was dominant. The OTS-9 was also right around there. It was actually considerably faster than the Modern Warfare MP5. It has a little bit less range, so with the task force barrel and whatever the agency or GRU suppressor they have on it, probably around 10 meters as well. So this gun is going to fry close range still. It's going to be one of the only guns that has a crazy fast time to kill in those close range gunfights. But after that, after you get to those close range gunfights, it drops off a considerable amount. So the only thing you're going to be wanting to use the OTS-9s for is those close range gunfights. Anything else, it's shooting potatoes. So after with a fully built out OTS-9, after 10 meters, it's got a bad time to kill. You might as well be using the Grow. So if you're going to use the OTS-9, it is going to dominate close range, and that's all you're going to want to use it for. I hope you guys did enjoy that video. I know it's sad the Modern Warfare MP5 did get a nerf, but hey, I think the OTS-9s are going to be dominant in that close range time to kill. If you want a class for it, make sure you follow my TikTok. I'm going to be definitely posting a class on that soon because I think it's going to dominate. Make sure you hit that sub button, drop the like if you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you in the next one.